As the neuromuscular liaison at Stanford told me, the more you advocate for yourself, the more you've got a target on your back. Yes, Jennifer, it's true. As if Neanderthal savages rule emergency responders and ER rooms. A stripper with a stroke, still hot enough to get a Johnson hard and up. I know this disease is going to end my life. Why did I call 911 for help? It's like asking to be raped, and I was foolish to believe evolution had moved forward. Is everybody on the Paleolithic diet? I've been raped, just like millions of women around the world. I'm not special, not raped the way George Will believes a progressive badge of honor, but by a doctor. I wore a wire for the NYPD and a sting. So watch it, George. This progressive conservative is not brave. I'm not an inspiration. I'm outraged, and I will take it no more. And it's just not just men who transgress sexually, it's women too. The aides Samira in the House of Abuse assisted living facility with 20-somethings, all minority staff, used their status as poor and uneducated to transgress on my naked body by commenting on details as I wash my breasts and vagina after a week without a shower and tell me I'm hot and have a great body. This has sexual harassment was creepy, yet when caught, this young woman lied to her boss about my threatening her with deportation, a non-reality, when in fact I told her she produced a miracle by giving birth, and told her my body was not great, as she believes, but useless. But lying about me is easier because she has little to lose and I had everything to lose. My reputation, my hope. Maybe God will forgive her, but I can't because I was intentional in protecting her, and she still could not own her own part. My body was not for her to comment on as she folded garbage bags and told me I was not important for a whole list of reasons. Sweet and deadly and heartbreaking. She told me her nipples were incompetent to nurse a baby and wish she had nipples and breasts like mine. Crazy. Or the female nurses who practice why nurses eat their young, 2008 study, and use transitional violence at my cost and detriment. And so this sex worker patient must put out. I must make sure these aggressive nurses, angry at each other in gang-like order, must feel good. I'm keening in loss of the quality of life, but my legs give out again, so no time to feel sad. I must save myself. They do not want help. They are angry I've pulled the emergency cord and have interfered with their given discord. Panties down around my knees as I needed to pee again. Order to the bathroom down the hall, and the very reason I came to the ER is happening again. Post-micturition syncope, but of course, people here are too ignorant to even know what that means. I'm about to slide onto the dirty bathroom floor, and medical personnel are angry again. A broken healthcare system, I'm repeatedly told. They're all jaded, the excuse. Those damn illegal immigrants are taking our resources. An echo. Donald Trump's right, they didn't send their best. I'm butt naked from the waist down, exposed, and I think of St. Bart's and the beauty of nudity under the warm sun by the sea, the crashing waves of remembrance of travel, and even dating a prince, and pursued by A-list movie stars, gave me a currency, a value, now I'm perceived as a pathetic and intrusive on life's heartbeats. Needing help with a rare disease and asking for help is like wishing on a star and asking for a magic cure. It seldom comes, and I dream of Panarea and Italy and Bali, and wonder why human beings are so incessantly cruel. Yes, Lacey Oronsky, you are probably a sociopath. I had smoothly tried to ask for my purse, although I could barely shape my words, and once handed a vial, I proceeded to take a powerful emergency drug, Mestinon, although already in an ER, to make these women happy, please them, and uplift them before their poorly regulated feelings become my fate. I know the enormous risk I'm taking, as it clearly says, do not chew on the bottle. But with the shot of pain to my head makes me wonder if the side effect is worth it. I'm not just in danger as I try to save my life. As I fall again to the floor in weakness, I'm now a sex worker, sudden drug user, and none of this is ordered medical protocol. I'm with the most dangerous people in the world, professionals who know nothing about what they believe they know everything about. They cannot even say the disease and wonder why I came to the ER at all. And so I risk my life with this disease to survive eratogenic landmines of grave recklessness and insane medical workers. Inspirational porn, it's not, but it's as degrading and humiliating as any sex act one can perform. However, I reach into my dignity to survive this depravity. I was brought to the ER, shoeless, braless, coatless, hair a mess of girls gone wild. It's the murder capital. and to get home looking homeless is as risky as the ambulance right there. A few weeks previously, I tried to get home by taxi fully dressed, elegantly, and was assured by the security guard at the hospital in that Spanish-only speaking taxi driver would get me home. But once out of sight of the hospital, he drove me to McDonald's and dragged me handbag first, and then body with me speaking in Spanish, not speaking Spanish, although because my Italian is far better since the days as a would-be princess. And yet, helpless against this immigrant ingrate, he forced me into a different taxi against my will. Felipe's taxi, human trafficking sex doll with coyote exchange, pushed from one car to the other without my permission. But Felipe had the good sense to take me back to the hospital, and I was not charged for the inanity of coyote coitus, still the murder capital of California, only more scared, weaker, and hopeless. I'm speaking quickly because of time constraints. And it was de rigueur, the day before there had been a riot, the week before an unarmed man was murdered. And all this fits into the drain's deplorable NAACC consciousness, the advances of colored people, with a standard of lies and betrayals. And so, of course, the sex doll was in a taxi. The advancement of colored people is, in truth, a 1952 Twilight episode the CIA refuses to release. Perhaps the next time the NAACP wants to refer an attorney to me regarding profiling and violations of civil rights, his white man's burden ought to be the antipode of racism, not the very definition of it. And God forbid, with all these Christian healthcare workers around here, that the truth got out that this is a godless place of inhumanity, heroin, alcoholism, meth, and more. Perhaps the Morgan doctor with the bigotry and racism in his brain will one day be held accountable by his Duggar-like degenerated behavior, as the insidious abuses against the disabled are an entertainment in this paradise of yore. And I think of my grandparents who came up from slavery, and I know I'm strong. And I can even laugh at what my former Fashion Week friends would call the walk of shame, a euphemism for heading home after long nights in VIP rooms with the beautiful people. And this rare disease does not divine me one bit. My compassion is extended to my 911 Johns and the nurses who will continue to eat their young.